Superman: The Dawn of Justice is coming to theatres this week, and it'll be the first time we see these two iconic DC heroes on the silver screen. But they've been battling out in the world of video games for years. So today we're going to pit them against each other over 3 rounds to see who is the better video game character. The first 2 rounds will have the Caped Crusader and the Kryptonian go head to head in games where they can actually battle each other. While in the final round, we are going to see which one actually has the better overall stable of games. Let's get to it. Despite the DC LEGO games primarily following Batman, they do also feature all of the iconic cast of comic characters. My favourite of these 3 LEGO Batman games is LEGO Batman 2, and perhaps the one that best outlines the truth of a battle between bats and supes. Yes, while you might start as the Dark Knight and master all of his and the Boy Wonder's moves through the classic LEGO gameplay, it doesn't take long for you to realise just how powerful Superman is once he's been added to your roster. I mean, when he isn't suffering from the effects of kryptonite, he literally cannot be killed. Add to this the fact that he can fly anywhere, freeze foes with his breath, and, perhaps best of all, is met by the Superman theme every time he takes to the air in the open hub world of Gotham, and he is a truly spectacular character. Batman still gets his moments, of course. Tearing around the world in the Batmobile is amazing fun, plus he has access to a number of unique suits that allow him to deal with a multitude of situations. Plus, you know, he is Batman, and so he gets all the gadgets and sciencey things that meat-brain Superman could never master. However, the bottom line is, in any kind of fight when Supes is at full power, not one of Batman's many handy gadgets helps. In fact, if you enter into free play mode with a friend who's playing Superman, you can expect to accidentally be reduced to a pile of bricks on a regular basis. Yep, Superman wins round 1. Injustice: Gods Among Us tells a different kind of DC story. In it, the Joker has tricked Superman into killing Lois Lane, his unborn child, and millions of innocent civilians. Racked with guilt and anger, the caped hero heads straight to the police station, where Batman is questioning the criminal clown, and he proceeds to kill him. This splits the timeline. Within one world, things continuing how we know it, while in the other, Superman begins to rule the DC universe with an iron fist as Emperor, using his powers to dispatch unrepenting villains in decidedly unsuper fashion. This alternate dimension Batman starts an army of insurgents against Superman. With the help of some super serum to increase their bone density and muscle mass, these heroes have a fighting chance, but they're still losing. But he is Batman, and so he has a plan. Discovering the alternate timeline, the insurgent Batman discovers a way to pull heroes over from that timeline to even the odds and bring down his old super friend. Injustice's battles play out in one-on-one fights built around the Mortal Kombat engine. It all looks fantastic, with heroes and villains able to smash their opponents from one iconic environment to the next. But what really makes it stand out are the incredible special moves that play to each character's strength. These include the Flash, who literally runs around the planet before delivering his final dizzying blow, and Hawkgirl, who punts characters up into the air before smashing them repeatedly in the face with a mace. As it's a fighting game, you can have Superman and Batman fight each other on any number of occasions, and ultimately, with the super serums, the two come out pretty closely matched. However, in the story, Batman's plan does eventually best the Kryptonian, albeit with a little help from an alternate dimension Superman. So I guess round 2 technically goes to the Caped Crusader. As two of pop culture's most familiar faces, both Batman and Superman have had dozens of video games made of them over the years. However, whichever era of game you pull from, one hero always emerges victorious. Pulling up the absolute rear, we have the now infamous 1999 Superman for the N64. Filled with collision detection issues and a host of other bugs, this game was nearly unplayable. The opening level, which had you flying through hoops above Metropolis, was so bad that making it through and discovering there was more game to play actually felt more like a punishment than a reward. Unfortunately, things never seemed to get better for Superman, with something about his level of power and range of skills making it impossible to make a compelling game about him. On the other hand, we have Batman, who's not only had a far more prolific gaming career, but also a far more successful one. While he certainly has had his low moments in titles like Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, another N64 game, I don't know if there's a pattern to that, for the most part developers have poured far more love into the Dark Knight's games. Nowhere is this clearer than in Rocksteady's Arkham games. Since Arkham Asylum, these titles have set a new standard in comic book hero games. There is a foreboding, moody style that brilliantly encapsulates everything Batman. This is all thanks to the gothic architecture, fluid combat, terror effects induced by the Scarecrow's fear toxin, and best of all, an amazing vocal performance by Mark Hamill as the Joker. So there you go, round 3 goes squarely to Batman, making him the overall winner. I can't actually imagine anyone will disagree with this decision, but if you can think of a Superman game that could somehow redress the balance, let us know in the comments. I'll be back in a week with another 3 games. Until then, I'm sure you know the drill. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.